Hello, students. I hope that you are having a good day today, and I hope that this video helps you get started on making a file in OneNote. I'm making this for my own advisees for Science Seminar because I prefer electronic portfolios for seminar. And if your advisor also wants electronic portfolios, the way that you start them is similar. Your advisor may have a few differences in how they want you to construct your tabs and small differences in how to create the portfolio, but this video will still be helpful to you as well. I want to first talk about some pros and cons of the online portfolio system. So I like online portfolios because I don't have to carry around large binders of paper to grade your portfolio. You can access these from wherever you are. It's very easy for me to put comments on and score sheets into the portfolio so that you can see them for later. And it also makes it pretty easy to look at past versions of your curriculum vitae and your personal statement. So one thing that we like to see as advisors for Science Seminar is that you have multiple versions of your personal statement and of your curriculum vitae through the semesters, and that they improve every semester. I also like online portfolios because you're not going to run into problems of having to print a lot of stuff and run out of ink or have access to a printer. And all of those things are advantages of online portfolios. There are a couple of disadvantages of online portfolios. First being you have to figure out how to make them. And that's what this video is going to help you with. And the second disadvantage is that a lot of advisors, myself included, find it easier to make comments on your personal statement and your CV on a paper copy. So that's why some advisors don't prefer the online portfolios. I still prefer them overall, but when it comes time for you to prepare your personal statement and your CV for your graduate school applications, we probably will move to working on those in paper or on some other shared file system. But I do like for you to go ahead and put them into your Science Seminar online portfolio as well. So I'm going to share my screen now and show you all how to get to OneNote and how to start making your file. So if you go to your Microsoft 365, you should have an app available to you as part of that package called OneNote. And it's here with the purple square and the N on it. So click on that. And we're going to start a new notebook. So you click New Notebook and you're going to give it a name. And I would like for you to name this your name first and last. Hope you're better at typing than me. And just call it your name first and last portfolio and hit create. Okay, so I now have created a new notebook called Laura Ong Portfolio, and it says that this notebook is empty. Click here or press enter to create a new section. So the way that these portfolios work is that over here on this column where it says add section at the bottom, those are kind of like major sections of your portfolio. And then there's another column where it says add page. And so sometimes you're going to use sections, sometimes you're going to use pages. So the first section that I like my students to have, I would like for you to call it curriculum vitae. So we're going to have a section for curriculum vitae. And there's that section, and then it automatically creates a blank page within that section. The second section that you can create is called personal statement, or we'll go ahead and make it called personal statements, because we'll end up with multiple versions. Then I'm going to add a section for presentations, a section for writing samples. So this could be your papers that you're going to add into your portfolio. We can have one for lab reports, and we can have one that's just called other. So that would be for assignments that don't really fit into these other categories. So those can be your starting sections. And then within those sections, if you are clicked on a section, you'll notice that each one of these sections automatically has an untitled page. And we're going to start with Curriculum Vitae and click on this untitled page. And this area over here, this window is your page window. So we're going to call this, this first untitled page, I'm going to call this 2023 CV short version. For your Curriculum Vitae, if this is the first time that you're making a OneNote portfolio, you would just call yours 2023 fall version. Maybe I should make mine say that. Maybe I'll make it say 2023 fall CV. And then I can click down in this section and I can add information to this section. So to add information, you're going to go to Insert, right here, Insert, and we're going to insert a file. And when you click on this, there are two ways to insert files, and there's one that I really prefer, and there's one that I really don't prefer. So if it's your first time making portfolio and you've got the wrong type of insert, I will not count off for that. But if you're starting from scratch, I'll tell you, I greatly prefer this one, which is called Insert File Printout. So click on this, Insert File Printout, and then it will ask you to choose the file. So I'm going to put in here my file of my short version CV that I happen to be working on recently, and it's a PDF. You can put non-PDF files in here as well, but PDF is probably the best. So I click on that, and it's taking it a minute to load. But what you're going to see here is I can now see my Curriculum Vitae, which looks decently formatted. Okay, there we go. It's slow to load. It's got my CV there, and either you or I, when we come into this page, we can actually see the document and I can see how it looks. If you upload files with the other way, it's just going to be a link, and I would have to download the attachment, and that's much more cumbersome for me to look at what you put in there. So let me show also how you would add a page. So if I wanted to add another version of my CV, I click on Curriculum Vitae here and I click Add Page, and it gives me a new blank page. And if I wanted to put in my 2021 version, that's the title of the page, and then I go to File, Insert File Printout. See if I can find my 2021 long version. There's one. It's an old version. And it'll take it a minute to load, but that will show you that version as well. So now you can see I've got two versions of my CV in here, and I've got the pages named something that tells me what that is. And then if I wanted to add something into my personal statements, I would click on that section, and I've got an untitled page, and I can call it what I want. So I will call this faith statement that I had to write for something in my outside of King Life, and I can go look for that file, and I want to insert the file printout, and think about where that would be. Is that it? Yes, okay. So you can see this is not a PDF, it's a Word document, but I can still use this function to upload that, whether it's a PDF or not. And there it is, and we could, you know, you and I, if we share this file, we could both read this. If you really want to read my face statement, you can ask me later. And then we could do the same thing for other assignments that you have. So one thing that will help you do this project, let me switch off screen sharing, is if you've got electronic copies of your assignments or your documents, those are really easy to upload in here. If you want to upload a lab report and it's on paper, you can still do that. You can either just take pictures of it or scan it, or somehow get it into an electronic file and upload that into your portfolio as well. So let me show you a couple of other things that's important to do with your portfolio. And that is to make sure that you include a statement, a short statement of what that document is. So there's a couple of different ways that you could do this. You could upload the short statement as a separate file, or you could just type into it, start a type box here, and call it something like assignment description, and fill in there the related info. So what I like to see info about the different assignments is for you to fill in what is the purpose, what did you learn, and so for your personal statement or your CV, you can answer those. And if it was a class assignment, what is the class name and number? What was the assignment, like what were you supposed to do? What grade and what skills did you learn in that assignment? So for example, if you wanted to add in your microbiology unknowns report, that's a lab report, and you could call that page microbiology unknowns report. And you could say, I was assigned 2 bacterial strains, 2 unknown bacterial strains, and kind of describe that and say that this was for biology 4400, name of the course microbiology, and my grade was an 88. Talk about your skills, etc. And then you could go in here and put, and then insert file printout for your unknown report. I don't really have an unknown report because I just grade unknown reports, so I'm just gonna pretend I'm putting something else there, like this thing, some random document, and then I would have my report attached, and I could go and look at your report. So make sure that you're doing some little description of your project. So every time you add a new page or a new version to any of these, you don't always have to, like for your CVs, you don't have to create a new assignment description every time. But you will have a new CV for every semester. So you will eventually have one for spring 2024. if you're still going to be here in the spring. And maybe you would want to make that name line up with these. You can make that look nice on your portfolio. But you'll have different versions in here that I can go back and look. How did your CV change and how did your personal statement change over time? The final thing that's really important about these portfolios is your sharing and editing permissions. So I need to be able to edit your portfolio to put comments in there. And so when you go to share, click on the share button and first put manage access. Okay, so it's going to say go to advanced settings. Okay, maybe we don't need to do that, but you're going to hit share and say, I want to share this with Dr. Vaughn. I guess I have to hit the share first. Okay, here we go. Share. Laura Vaughn. People you specify can edit. So it's very important you click over here, can edit, because I'm going to be uploading some score sheets and some suggestions about your portfolio. So you will need to share this with me when it's your portfolio. Share portfolio, make it can edit, yes. And then you can say, pretend it's me. Can't spell her name. Please see my portfolio for seminar this semester, something like that. And then just hit send. And she doesn't know that she's going to get this, but I said, now I have sent this to Dr. Vaughn and she's going to be able to edit it. So that's how I'll know that you turn your portfolio in, is you share it with me. Click share, manage access, click share again, and then you can search for anybody you want to share it with. You could also later share this with anybody you want to. It doesn't even have to be, just for seminar. You could share it with other faculty. You can share it with anybody you want. So it's electronic and you don't have to have your giant binder printed out. So I hope that's helpful, and please let me know if you have other questions. But I look forward to seeing your portfolios and working on them together with you every semester in Science Seminar. Thanks.